What's going on, guys? It's been a while, man. Welcome to another episode of Random Sunset. I'm your host, Psych Dolo. Many of y'all know me as Mr. Such, la la la, etc. But anyway, man, we got a random topic, man. I just want to talk about some things that's been on my mind, been on my chest, or whatnot. And like I say, this is my way of documenting, you know, today's time and the era in which we live and all of what's going on. So it's a lot going on right now. I live in the metro area, Atlanta metro area. My city is city of Stonecrest, so we like 20 minutes outside of Atlanta. Anywho, as the city continue to grow, I mean, you got more and more people coming up, moving down, or what have you. And like I say, we're in the 21st century, so many of you know of the LGBTQ community, the alphabet community, and a lot of that go on in Atlanta. So you got to be mindful, you got to be watchful. So if you're a parent, father, mother, and you're raising children, it's important that you start early and talking to them about again. What goes on in today's society, all right? Because society has a strong influence on our youth, and a lot of times, children, growing up trying to find themselves, and you have such influence, such as the media, that sway them, and a lot of times that's not the case. So let me not be PC. Again, you got the transgender community, you got the gay community, the bi community, the queers, and it's a bit confusing. When I was growing up, my mom used to tell me, the Satan, the devil, was I guess a lord or a god of confusion. You know what I mean? To those people that worship or seek out the him and the way he do things or what have you, and it kind of made me think because it goes back to this one of the biblical stories, Sodom and Gomorrah. And it's safe to say that we're back in those times. So if there was a sign of the end times and all of what's going on, then this would definitely be it. Some would say, it's the start of a new era for us evolving and moving to something bigger and better. However, life as I know it and see it, like I say, it's been on my mind, and I just wanted to talk about, again, just bringing some awareness on, again, that LGBT community. All humans are in need of love. Some choose the same sex. Love. When it comes to love. Some is bi. They like both. When it comes to that type of engagement. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not of that group, so it's hard to understand it. Even when one try to explain it. Okay, if you of the same sex marriage and you decide to date a man, if you're a man and you date a man, all right, you can't reproduce to perpetuate life. If you transgender, I'm only left to assume that you feel as though you were a woman and you was born a man, and it's just confusing, and it's not for me to try to break down how you guys feel. And like I say, I'm convinced all humans, all living organisms need love when it comes to insects, animals, especially human beings. You know what I mean? Every living creature or whatnot. But like I say, again, that's a whole nother ball game. Parents, keep an eye out, raise your children, do the best you can. That's all you can do. But again, everyone need love, and I'm gonna leave it right there. But anywho, I was in a community just the other day, and I noticed how a lot of us, when I say us, meaning the black race, Hebrew, Moorish, African American, the colored race, we want better. We want better. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when we come up in the projects are certain hoods or certain low quality areas, you know what I mean? And trash infested, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third. A lot of drama, a lot of crime. Whoop de woo. a lot of times when we make it out, we bring that mentality with us. You know what I mean? We bring that mentality with us. If we're gonna strive for better, we got to be able to do better and play our part. So I wanted to shed some light on that as well. You know, being that I grew up in what they would call the ghetto, you know what I mean, or the hood. And then coming from that, I was able to say, you know what, not only am I striving for better, but once I sought out what was best for me, I was able to come in and play my part. And I noticed a lot of us, we don't tend to do that. Like, you can have a person living in the hood make his way out of the hood, but bring that mentality with him, he or she, you know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily good all the time. It's one thing to be able to have self-control and say it's a time and place for that, you know what I'm saying? But if you was living in the hood where people got like 5, 10 cars in the driveway or parked down the street leaking oil, and then you move into suburbia and you come do the same thing that was taking place in the hood, you creating that environment again. You resurrecting that environment again when you could have just stayed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just on a small level, you know what I mean? But you know, again, like with just maintaining what you have. If people ain't cut their grass in the hood and they didn't get, care the hell about what goes on, you can't be the one that make it out and then bring that again, that mentality with you. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, maintain your property. Don't say, you know what, man, I'm tired of where I live at, and then you go and find someplace better, but then you bring that jacked up mentality and then start fucking up what was supposed to be better for you. You know what I'm saying? Maintain, cut your grass, take care of your house, maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Play your part. Get involved in the community, find out what's going on and see how you can make it better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all notice I got on my Stonecrest, Georgia shirt. We black in business, you know what I mean? We predominantly the wealthiest minority city in all of Georgia. And, I say that because I feel like, we all have a part to play. And like I say, the reason I'm talking about this is because like I noticed how a lot of us, like just how I started it off earlier, you know what I'm saying, a few minutes ago, meaning a lot of us, we trashing where we live. We ain't got to do that, you know what I'm saying? We trashing where we live. We don't care about where we live. You know what I'm saying? And how are we going to ever have better if we don't take the, you know what I'm saying, have the initiative to take the steps necessary for us to have something nice. So we got to take some accountability, you know what I'm saying? So I noticed that about just human, generally speaking, meaning when we don't take accountability, we become powerless, you know what I mean? We become powerless because we always got the finger to point at somebody else like it wasn't us, when we all have a part to play. I mean, that's just the great cycle of life. So when you sitting back and, oh, they didn't, or the mayor or the government or the president, then you got to first check yourself. Did you vote? Did you vote? Are you a part of the community? Like again, if you can't be the one that's crying and pointing the finger when you not taking the steps necessary to play your part. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, a lot of that just been on my mind. Because like I say, I think we own to something, and we got a gold mine right here in the city of Stonecrest, and it's a lot of potential. You know what I mean? A lot of potential with the people and just with where we live. Period. We sitting on the gold mine, but I wouldn't be surprised in the near future if gentrification, were to come about. You know what I mean? So, like I say, just vibing out. We just had Juneteenth. They just made it a official holiday, you know what I mean? June 19th, or where they freed the slaves. I personally feel like as long as we paying taxes, they go bondage right there, but we'll say this for another story, and you may have heard me say in another video. A lot of us signed up for that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like along the lines what Kanye was saying, meaning a lot of the contracts we enter into, whether we know it knowingly or not, you know what I mean, that binds us into this bondage. So like I say, it's just on the deeper level, it is a mindset. And on the other hand, I mean, a lot of us, we do depend on the system, whether it's just for convenience. You know what I'm saying? We depend on the system. We like that the government, I mean, at one point in time it served us, but now we serving it. So the tables have changed. You know what I mean? But we like the idea of just going out, buying our food from a grocery store versus catching it, like back in the older days, or buying our vegetables from the store versus having to grow it. Times are moving faster. We are evolving, and a lot of people, have to get with the program. I mean, they passing these gun laws, and like the purge is going on, like literally right up under our nose. The purge is going on. You got Sodom and Gomorrah, and this is not to discourage any of you guys. It's just life as we know it this day and time. So like I say, I mean, as it come to me, and as I feel the way I feel, I like to talk about it, and this is my way of sharing it with and to the world. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whoever find this information or visit Random Sunset, is for you, the viewer, to say, you know what, let me doggone rethink this thing. Let me doggone evaluate, and let me see, like, where do I belong? You know what I mean? What part do I have to play? Because, like I say, day in, day out, man, you got to check the man in the mirror. And we are all part of this oneness. We are all part of this love. We are all we are one. You know what I mean? So once you have an overstanding of just that, I think many of us know our part and know what we have to do, and be able to accept that death is another level, because, no living person gonna make it out alive. Come here, have your ultimate human experience, and like I say, be grateful, learn as much as you can, apply thyself, and shoot, there you have it, But with that being said, please, and know that you have to, step your game up. You have to be aware. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to be responsible. You know what I mean? And like I said, until next time, we're gonna label this one right here just, a random Father's Day sit down, and something to think about. With your host. You know what I mean? And like I say, I'm gonna make it my business for the next show to have a guest on, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick the mind and the brain of the guest that I have on, and then we'll take it to the next level. And like I say, we'll touch on history, maybe politics, love and relationships, maybe some financial tips. You know what I mean, to enlighten a lot of you guys that do take the time to say, you know what, man, let's see, how he think and what's going on. And, and that way you can get that skinny from your boy, you know what I mean? So that's all going on, man. And like I say, man, to all of the fathers and the dads out there, happy Father's Day. Don't just be a sperm donor, you know what I mean? Make your presence known. Do the best you can, you know what I mean? And don't get sidetracked and discouraged from the blows that life throwing you, because truthfully, I mean, it's always been good versus evil. You know what I mean? So you got evil black folk, you got evil white folk, evil Asian folk, evil Spanish folk, you name it. You got evil in every race. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a big tug of war going on, good versus evil, and that's the balance. Know your role, know what side you on. And again, may the Hunger Games begin. Let the Hunger Games continue. I mean, I don't make the rules. Change what you can change. Whatever you don't and can't change, won't be able to change, should roll with the punches. You know what I mean? But until next time, and like I said, we'll have a guest on next time. I appreciate y'all time. Over and out. We black in business, baby.